hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Karina and today is the ROMCOM SWOONATHON announcement for round 2. Now, in case you didn't already know, I am one of the co-hosts of the Swoony Readers, which is a romance book club that I host along with my besties Dana and KAYLANI. We come together to read and discuss a romance book, along with giving away the next month's book club pick during the live show. Because we had so much fun last February, we decided to bring ROMCOM SWOONATHON back for round 2. This readathon centers around, you guessed it, our favorite rom-coms and bringing together both our favorite rom-com movies along with some bookish prompts just to help curate our reading lists for the month of love. I think this month's pick goes hand in hand with this readathon and I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. ROMCOM SWOONATHON will be taking place from February 1st through the 28th, so it is a month-long readathon full of lots of fun reading and movie watching. Each bingo that you submit is an entry towards the giveaways that we will be having at the end of the month. This round, we will be selecting 3 different winners, so lots of chances for you to win. Before we get into the bingo board aspect of it, I want to go over some of the important dates that you want to keep track of for next month. Every Saturday, we will be having reading sprints starting at 11 a.m. EST all the way up until 6 p.m., which will then begin the movie selection for that day. Starting off the month strong, on the 1st at 6 p.m. EST, we'll be watching The Proposal. On February 8th, we'll be watching 27 Dresses. On the 15th, the movie will be She's the Man. And the last movie on the month on February 22nd will be How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Mark your calendars for February 15th at 9 p.m. EST over on my channel. We'll be starting our 24 hours of reading. This is something we had so much fun doing in the past and we wanted to bring it back. What better time to do that than ROMCOM SWOONATHON? I'm going to go ahead and post the graphic of the information and which channel will hold which time slots. I'm very excited for 24 hours of reading. So make sure you mark your calendars and we hope that you'll join us along that journey. And the last order of business before we get into the bingo board, the live show for the February Swoony pick, which is Bet on It by Jody Slaughter, will be held on February 21st at 7:30 EST. So in a nutshell, this is a steamy southern romance between 2 people who meet at bingo and make a pact to keep their relationship from getting out of hand. The fact that bingo is such an integral part of the story makes me so excited, and this book will cover so many prompts on the board, that might encourage you to read it along with us. I believe I've covered all the important dates for the month, but rest assured there is a Google Doc linked down below with all the information and all the different templates that we created that you can share to your stories over on Instagram. We all came together to create some really beautiful graphics, I have to say, because I'm just so obsessed with them and I hope you guys enjoy them too. So even though this is a romance book club and a romance centered readathon, you by no means need to stick to the romance genre. We did try to keep things a little bit more in the general sense so that you can also squeeze in books of different genres, but we welcome and encourage all readers to participate and get some bingos in the month of February. Let's go ahead and jump into all the prompts on the bingo board. These are bookish prompts with a mixture of non-reading prompts just to help you achieve as many bingos as you can during the month of February. The first prompt on the board is workplace. Now this could be a workplace romance, it could have a workplace setting, whatever you can do to make the prompts work for you, go ahead and do it. You have our full seal of approval and do what you gotta do. Next on the board is friends to lovers. Then we have young adult. Next is our first non-bookish prompt on the board, and that is to write a review. Now this could be on Instagram, Storygraph, Goodreads, whatever platform you used for book reviews, or it could be on Yelp, like if you're a foodie and you like to leave reviews, feel free to do that. Or it could even be a review that you write in your book journal. You by no means need to show us proof of this review. As long as you feel like you successfully have written a review, go ahead and check that one off. Closing out the last spot in this top row is audiobook. Now, the 3 of us are such huge audiobook advocates, so we had to include it on the board. Okay, we had to include it. Maybe if you're not an audiobook listener, you can kind of push yourself outside of your comfort zone and maybe even unlock a new obsession that you didn't know you had. All right, coming down to the second row, we're starting off with mental health rep. Then this next one is a little more specific, but it is sports romance. The third prompt in this row is yellow on the cover. And for this, it doesn't have to be completely yellow. It could have like a very minimal amount of yellow. If it has yellow on the cover, it works. Next up, we have marriage of convenience. Next prompt is another non-bookish prompt, and that is treat yourself. So this could be purchasing a new book, it could be borrowing a book from your library, treating yourself out to lunch. This counts for any interpretation that you could have, and one easy one to get marked off the bingo board. All right, coming down to our third row, we're kicking things off with spicy. Now this could be an explicitly spicy book, it could be closed door. Like, I think as long as it kind of alludes to a little bit of spice, it counts. Next up is mixed media. It could be text messages shared between characters, it could be emails, it could be photographs. Like, as long as there's another form of communication or another aspect to the story itself, go ahead and mark this one off. We have our coveted free space, so go ahead, mark this one off the list. First off, you're already on the board. Then we have a school setting. The last prompt in the third row is bookish. So the idea behind this one is that books are a part of the story in some sort of way. So it could be a character that works in the publishing industry. It could be a character that reads for fun. It could count in various different ways. So I have full faith that you can go ahead and get this one marked off the list. So the first prompt on the fourth row is for a city setting. Next up is another non-bookish prompt, and that is to listen to a favorite song. All right, so next up is the prompt secrets. Now this one might be a little bit trickier, but as long as there's some sort of information that is being kept from another character, go ahead and tick that off, because guess what? That's a secret. Next prompt on the board is new author. Now it doesn't have to be a debut author. This could be a new to you author. So an author that you haven't read from before. Closing out the fourth row, we have love triangle. The last row, we have our last non-bookish prompt, and that is to play a game that you can do some sort of physical activity. Play happy color, you can play on your Switch, you can diamond paint. This one is kind of open to interpretation. Get creative with it. Like I said, if you think that it could check that prompt off, go ahead and check it off. The next prompt is standalone. Next up is enemies to lovers. And then we have the prompt wedding. Now this could be as a central part of the story, a character attending a wedding or just mentioning their sister getting married. The very last prompt on the board is one of my absolute favorites, and that is fake dating. As I stated before, each bingo that is accrued is an entry into one of the 3 giveaways that will be held at the end of the month. The ways that you can get a bingo are the 4 corners and the free space, vertical or diagonal line across the board. I'm going to go ahead and show the graphic so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. But as long as you can successfully tick off all 5 prompts for any specific movie or the book itself, you will also be entered into the giveaway. I think this will be helpful for anyone that just isn't able to tick those prompts off the way that they need to be achieved on the bingo board. This will be another way for you to enter that giveaway. So like I said earlier, during the live show for Bet On It, we will be giving away the March book club pick. And since we're not doing a separate announcement for that, I'm going to be sharing. The March pick for the Swoony Readers is The X-Files by Jessica Joyce. So this one says, estranged exes must stick close together to save their best friend's wedding after a string of disasters in this swoony and steamy second chance romance. Hopefully it is a win, because I do love a second chance romance. So my lovely co-host, along with the Google Doc and the Discord, is linked down below. The Google Doc will have all the pertinent information for all things ROMCOM SWOONATHON. Down below you'll also find the Discord. Now the Discord is where we will be holding the movie watch parties. So every Saturday we'll be meeting on the specified Discord channel for us to watch the movies, be able to chat about it, and continue keeping the good vibes going. Make sure you're following the Swoony's Instagram, linked down below, to stay up to date on anything that we have to share throughout the month. And you'll even be kept up to date for any pop-up sprints that we intend to have. We hope to have a lot of friends and guests join us on the reading sprints this month. So I hope that you'll be joining us and just having the best time with an amazing community. That is all I have for you guys today. Please let me know if you're going to be joining us for ROMCOM SWOONATHON Round 2. I can't wait for February to get here, for all the hangouts, for all the reading, 24 hours of sprints, and all the amazing movies that we'll be watching together. If you made it this far and you want to let me know, feel free to leave any of the pink heart emojis or all the love aura that we can manifest to come in February. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're as excited about ROMCOM SWOONATHON as we are, and we hope that you'll be joining us. I hope you have a lovely day, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching, and I'll see you again soon in another video. Until next time.